All right, welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and we are pleased to be joined by Rinus Veekay, the driver of the number 21 Chevrolet for Ed Carpenter Racing in the NTT Data IndyCar Series, coming off a sixth-place finish at Barber. How's it going, man?
Yeah, it's going very well. Thanks for having me.
So I got to ask you, before we get into the results and how the race went, how'd you get through that lap one thing?
Lap one was crazy. I saw cars flying everywhere, and I actually braced for impact, just hit the brakes, and had my fingers crossed. But luckily I only came away with a puncture. But definitely, it was crazy. I tried to stay out of the pit lane until it was opened, but then the tire really got so torn up that I had to come in and return to the back of the field. But no, I had a great race, and all together, we're very strong. So very happy.
So I got to ask you, talk about some of the things that you were able to do this in the off season with testing and all that. How was that for you?
It was great to finally have some testing. Yeah, because of COVID, testing was kind of, there was not much testing last year, and now this off season it was great to finally get some time in the car and really get used to it and learn some more things. And we really learned a lot. So I feel like we're definitely stronger this year than last year, and I think we already showed that with P6 in race one.
I know that there have been some, drivers coming around there and kind of going in. What was it like to race around like Scott McLaughlin, Jimmy Johnson, and Romain Grosjean, and have all these guys in there?
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Those guys are, of course, very good for IndyCar Series with, what they have done in the past. Going to IndyCar now, they're gonna bring a lot of new fans to the IndyCar Series. So that's great, and it's great to race against those guys. They're fast too, so it only makes it more exciting.
How do you see the performance of Ed Carpenter Racing kind of grow in the last year? I know that you didn't get that much practice in qualifying as a rookie because because of the pandemic. But do you feel more comfortable with driving these Indy cars right now than you were last year?
Yeah, definitely. It feels like I've done it forever. It all feels very natural. So I'm very happy with that, and I really, really enjoy. So continuity is very important with this team, and we have the same crew, same lineup as last year. So that really helps, and really helps with the performance of the team.
So I know you got St. Pete coming up. It's a track that you the only street course that you've got to race on in the IndyCar Series. I know you've raced at other street courses. I know you raced at Toronto as well, when you were in Indy Lights and before that. But what's going to be like to go back down to St. Pete?
It's going to be great to come back here. It's always, normally the season starts here, so it's always a night atmosphere. Great memories for me. I've had quite a few wins here, and it's an awesome track to drive. It's normally people are stuck in traffic, and now you're just flat out on the streets here, so that's awesome. And it's a thrilling track, and it brings good racing, so I love it.
So I know you live in Europe right now. What was it like trying to get back here for the season? Did you have any difficulties with that, with travel and stuff?
Well, actually, the Netherlands is getting really complicated right now. They're into lockdown and everything, so they're very strict. So in November, I decided to go to the US and stay here for a little while, and I'm still here, so probably staying till the end of the season.
Nice.
So it's a little crazy, but doing everything for racing.
That's right. You got to do what you got to do. I know. There was some fun stuff trying to getting everybody back for when the season began last year. So happy you were able to get back back here for when the season starts. But St. Pete coming up. What do you think? What do you think your chances are? What do you have to do to get around that in a very tough street course? It's a course that you can't make a lot of mistakes on.
Yeah, definitely. You know, gotta make sure you don't make mistakes. It's a crazy race. Like a yellow can drop anytime, so gotta be a little lucky with the strategy. Unlike we were last year, but yeah, I think we had great pace last year. Like, if we were a little bit lucky, we could have been on the podium. And I think this year, with the progress we made in the off season, we can really go for a podium and just at least another top 5.
All right. All right, Rinus, thank you so much for coming on, and good luck this weekend at St. Pete, and congrats on the good finish at Barber last week.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm super excited. Thank you.